What is up, beautiful people, and welcome to another video. As you can see by all the comments that you guys left behind, today we're going to be looking at Burn the Floor, the performance video. And though it is not a proper MV, it is, however, a video that I want to look at because you guys recommended it to me, and yeah, your words also mean a lot to me. So I want to see what this video has to offer. I heard that it has to do a lot with darkness and lights, and from experience, I think darkness is one of the hardest categories to film. And why? Well, basically cameras have issues filming in darkness. You know, it cannot capture everything as good as an eye. Of course, maybe out there that I'm just not aware of, that there are just cameras that are really good at it. However, it is still a big challenge. I still think that if you have good lighting, you will have good videos, but if you do not have lighting or you're limited to lighting, it's a little bit more tricky. But guys, before we get into the video, one, if you've got any recommendations of videos you want me to review next, then please just put them in the comments below like I always do now. From now on, I'm going to basically put comments as the beginning of my video to show what you guys recommended. And two, if you do want to support the channel, please make sure you hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed for the next video. We're going to be looking at that special video from Taman on the weekend. So let's do that all together. And I would just say for now, let's jump right into Burn the Floor, the performance video. Like always, if I did watch the video, that means I would say it, but this I didn't see at all. So I'm really curious what this video has to offer, the performance video, and I'm really curious what it has to offer. Damn, that's a very interesting build up here. I don't know why, it's just very pleasant to look at. So can someone just tell me if this has anything to do with lyrics? Sorry, not with lyrics, but is this based on a performance video for the entire album, or can someone explain this to me? Okay, so we don't have a video yet. Still not. Well, I can say that for now we do see the word Burn the Floor down here. That's kind of cool. We're getting somewhere. One more thing, I really love the idea of purple. I think purple is a great color. I think it's a very exciting color. Very nice. I still can't imagine though that Super Junior is so old. Can you imagine that BTS, Blackpink, they all have to reach that age as well? I'm curious how they will be in a few years from now. Okay, wow. I want to stop it here already. This is very interesting. What I want to comment on from the start, because this is a video and you don't want to shock people. If it was me, I would have reversed these colors somehow. The whites to be black and to keep the same color palettes going. I think this is a reversible type of image we're looking at right now. I think it's interesting. So aka where you see white, it will be black, and where it's black, it'll be white. I think it could have been a little bit nicer because we're going from a very bright scene. We'll get there. We'll get there to a very dark scene. But okay, let's see the performance video. A lot of post editing in the sense of how it's moving the camera a little bit around, zoom in, zooms out. Very theatrical so far. Wait, is this Super Junior or are these extra dancers? Wait, these are Super Junior, I can see it. Okay, never mind. Wow, this is super hard to film. I mean, I get it. Cameras these days are actually quite good at these things, but this is a hell of a situation, a hell of an environment to film in. And some of you guys might be thinking, nah, it's not that difficult. Yeah, it is. You really need to make sure that you don't have any additional film grain, aka pixels going noise, as you like to call it, in the background. This is intense. A little bit of wait, what? How did the colors change from a little bit of a purple color to... One sec. See, do you see the color now? It's very purpley, if I can say so. It has a bit of a purple tone to it. And then it goes to... Is that a different... One sec. Did the lights change or did they add a different filter? No, that's a filter. Okay. So they added a different filter to it, or they added the colors of the lights. I cannot say because the lights are staying, but interesting. Anyway, this looks very clean though. Very nice though. Very theatrical. Wait, what? Did they literally just throw the lights there? That is so cool. Like, it's something I would have not thought of, but it really adds a little bit to the camera movement as well. You know, it's like continuing the story and throwing the lights there, and the camera is following it. Very nice. Very nice spotlight behind the member as well. Adds a little bit more of an intense scene. Very nice job. Like, literally, this video is based on the lighting. Very minimal lighting, but a lot of effect. Then it gets turned off. Wow. Oh, there we go. We finally have some lighting. But I am really happy, though, that they're keeping the lights on still. Very nice, actually, what we see here. I mean, it adds so much more dimension, because I think several producers would just turn off the lights that they're holding in their hands because they're an extra nuisance, but they're using these lights as another element. Very nice. So there is some things happening here. I don't know if you guys can pick it up, but a little bit of a forced perspective. Do you see how it goes from a wide angle to... I don't know what it's called, but it's basically waving in and out a little bit because that's done in post. They're trying to zoom in and zoom out while the cameraman is walking backwards and forwards. It's an interesting thing what they're doing here. Let's see if you can pick it up, okay? I mean, just pay attention to the square here, for example. And if you look at it over the next few seconds, look how it changes shape a little bit. You see, sometimes it gets longer, sometimes it gets thinner. That's because it's changing the force perspective. Very interesting. I'm not a big fan of it because I don't really see what it adds here, but it also seems a little bit crooked for some reason. But very interesting what they're doing here. Oh yeah, this is great. Very good light design here. And what's even more important, and I want to point this out, the choreography is also based on them basically holding the lights. The lights all have to be synchronized in where it's being pointed at, because it's not just holding lights in your hands and doing what you want to do with it. The lights have to be coordinated as well. Without that, it will not really add anything. Very nice. Let's see, was that a cut or was that all one thing, one cut? Let's have a look. Okay, you can see there was no one there, and then boom, so there was a cut. They did a fantastic job here though with the lighting. This is very theatrical. People would pay to watch this live. Very nice. Can someone tell me who does his hair? It's so unique from the rest. It really just stands out. I think it looks great. Nice. I'll be honest again, for me, I think it's too much zooming in and out for no particular reason. I think the performance itself is so good. I don't understand why you want to make it more confusing for people to watch it. I mean, not really confusing, but you know, your eyes have to settle in where it's focusing, because I don't know, to me, it just makes me a little bit of, it gives me a bit of seasickness, you know, where everything is just moving a little bit too much in the background because of that forced perspective. I bet the Canova just left it alone and it would be just as good. You know, less is sometimes more. But I can also just tell you from experience that sometimes when you pay people to do things, they think they have to do more. They have to go to the next level, you know, to show who they are. And sometimes people go like, wow, man, this looks good. But sometimes it's also good if you just do less, you know, and start with there, see if people like it from there. And if something is missing, then add something. Maybe that happened, but I cannot really think so, because this really seems as if they were trying to impress the post work. Oh, the light design I think is fantastic here. Really beautiful to look at. Really good suggestion, guys. Really good song to look at. Very simple video work. And yet so interesting. Okay, before we start here, the reason why I think this is so far really interesting is because there are a lot of people that start off with videography work that want to get into the work itself, and sometimes you get these environments where they basically they need to know how do they film certain situations. And I remember in the past I have filmed in 2 locations where it was just as dark as here, and it's a struggle. But with these kind of techniques that you see in this video, for example, how they treat certain lights, for example, backlights, very minimalistic lights, simple light sometimes is enough to keep enough of the scene illuminated. And they did a fantastic job here. This is a really tough video that they pulled off. Very coordinated though. You see? Let's go back to it for a second. Here, for example, we can see there is only one light source. Yeah, it's quite a big light source. Like this is most likely an LED plank. And you can see there's a diffuser on the top and one person underneath it. There is no light coming from the front. That's how important that one light is, but it does enough of a job. And also, just as a little bit of a fun fact, you can see that the floor is very reflective, but it helps reflect the light even better into the location. Good job here. So we're going from 1 light to 3 lights, and it's just enough for us to enjoy them. I don't know if it's just me, you know what would be maybe cool here? Some real thick lasers, you know, like just blasting 1 or 2 or 3 lasers through the scene a little bit, just to show a little bit more of a, how do you say it? Like a pop color, like a very strong red, blue, or something that fits Super Junior. Would have been really nice. Or a yellow laser, for example. I can imagine that being like super cool. Just one going through the display, or through the scene. Could have been cool as well. But then again, that would be a little bit too different from the rest. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of the post-editing. Nice ending. Wow. Super nice. That is really well coordinated. I wonder how many times they tried this and how many times it went in one go, or that would be interesting to know. That's 1, 2, 3, bang. Very nice. Is that the end? You can also see that the light gets turned off here is also coordinated. So someone must be coordinating with those lights. Either way, super cool. Super nice. And I love that it's just dark. So challenging and yet so cool to look at. So yeah, guys, that is Super Junior and Burn the Floor, the performance video. I mean, wow, this video burns a little bit of emotion inside of me. And the main reason is because I know how challenging it is to actually film in the nighttime, in darkness. Darkness is my kryptonite. I'm not a big fan of it. I love lighting. I invested a lot of money into lighting. And I can only imagine that one day a client will come and say, hey, we want to do a video, but we basically want you to film in the dark. And I'm like, okay, let's see how we can do it. It's not your favorite type of job, but it's also something you can learn from. I can only imagine that I would love to try something like this, but I can also imagine that the group responsible for the videography and the lighting and everything had quite a challenge, because they have to make sure that it's enough lit while making sure that everyone is sharp, everyone is full on detail without any noise, so video noise, because of the light being too dark. And the best thing for me, I really think what they did here great, is basically they made sure that every scene is a little bit more unique from each other. And that is really thankful to the choreography. The choreography really helped this video stay unique with the lighting. And I'm also really happy that the lights that they're holding is actually part of the choreography. It sounds a little bit weird, but that light in their hand is a very important part of the choreography. You could see how they utilized it, you could see what they did with it, and you could see that it was actually leading the dance more or less. Really nice. And besides that, Super Junior, your performance was really top notch. I still cannot imagine that you're one of the older groups in K-pop, but I think it's super cool. And hats off to you, you know, it's a really good video. And especially like these things, I want to see them for real. Make a theatrical release once. Go into theaters. People will be willing to pay money to see things like this. They're unique, they're special, and they're very interesting to look at. And yeah, even on video they look good. So I can only imagine how good it looks in real life. But now the big question is, what do you guys actually think of the video? Do you think it's a good video? Do you think they should make a proper MV to this video? Or do you think they executed this video just right and they don't need to do anything else? I personally think they did a good job here. Yeah, the cutting was a little bit weird at times, and also the editing, a lot of post zooming in, zooming out, tilting and everything. It made me a little bit seasick, but that's what they went. However, that's what they went with, so we need to live with that. And yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. And if you did enjoy the video, like always, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and of course, make sure you put your recommendations in the comment section below. I think this is a fantastic video to look at. We should look at more performance videos, but recommend me a few. But like I already mentioned, if you haven't yet, make sure you're subscribed, because on the weekend, we are going to be looking at Taman and his latest announced video that basically just came out for his birthday. We're going to have a look in it. We're going to do a premiere. You guys can be in chat. I will be in chat, and we can have a quick look in what it has to offer. I think it's going to be an interesting video. So just make sure you're subscribed, and of course, hit the little ring-a-ling-a-ding-a bell so you can be notified when I premiere for that video. It will be amazing if you guys are there as well. So I'll catch you on the next video, and see you then.